Hello and welcome. Welcome to Drakenmemoria. For those of you wondering what this is, well, it's Dungeons and Dragons. And tonight it's actually 4 people playing Dungeons and Dragons and a picture playing Dungeons and Dragons. So if this is not something you want to watch, well, we're sorry, but we're not changing our plans. And it'll be the same thing next week. Fortunately for you, if you're watching this on YouTube or on Twitch, you'll have suggestions on either one of the side of your screen. Pick one. We encourage you to do so. For everyone else who actually wants to be here because they enjoy Dungeons and Dragons, because they enjoy us while playing Dungeons and Dragons. They enjoy seeing a picture playing Dungeons and Dragons. Welcome, it's a pleasure to have you with us. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new and you're back from a previous episode, welcome back. And for those who know us, yes, Jorg is absent tonight. He is, you won't believe it, enjoying his birthday with his girlfriend. The nerve.
Can't believe it.
D&D players don't have girlfriends. This is a lie.
Yeah.
He tricked us, god damn it.
Yeah, no. Impossible.
He's just spending the night rolling his dice.
No, he's a pretend player. You know, he has a girlfriend. This is why he's not a real Dungeons and Dragons player.
He thinks he's a player, but he's actually a player.
When you started saying this, I thought, oh, this is where it's gonna go. Okay. All right. So, hold on, something's opening. All right, good. Computer survived. Well, we don't have any thing to advertise. We're not that big, and no one wants to have us sponsor anything. Well, actually, that's not true. I've received people saying that they want us to sponsor things because we're exactly the demographic they're looking for. Yeah, sure.
I would like to now talk about rage and us.
Gamer set. No, I'm just playing.
Are you tired of having to braid your armpit hair by yourself?
I want to know what product you're selling. I feel like this is a dwarf problem. Braiding your armpits hair.
No, the problem is unbraiding it.
Well, if you really want to. So, here, something we can advertise. Ambient mixer. This is the ambience you're listening to. Thunderstorm. They are royalty-free ambience that you can either build or find on their website. You only have to pay when you download them, so long as you use them as ambience. That's about it. That's everything we can say. There's a information below, so just look below the window. I will be adding soon also the Dungeon Alchemist information, what we've been using to make in-game battle maps. Something you can find on Steam. It is a very interesting tool, especially when you have a younger computer than mine. For me, well, I have to limit the size of my maps. And yeah, that's about everything I can say about this. So, in case you fell asleep during an episode or you have very short-term memory problem, here's what happened during the last episode. Oh, it's a short description. Last episode, the party settled down after a long and very dangerous combat, which ended abruptly because of a good idea. But it could have been so much worse. in keeping with tradition, our paladin gave a speech with the usual outcome also. To his frustration. Fortunately, the rest of their action during the night and how impressive they were during their combat was able to secure them a minimum of what they wanted to accomplish. Then the party split into two so that both half could go be shady without the other half knowing about it.
You're talking about audience's half, right?
I just said both
We're
half.
for sure not shady. What do you mean?
And one group ended in a fancy inn, and the other one ended up in a basement. But it's probably not the ones that you think and where they did. So, fortunately, we ended before anything really shady happened. Which means today we start with shady stuff. As both half of our party conduct their shady business each in their own ways. So, on to the shadiness of it all. If I remember correctly, in the inn we have Jorg, who is currently reveling in the comfort of his blanket. Who, by the way, did tell me he was going to try and make something out of it so that he always has a good reason to have it on him. So we have Jorg, Tobiyashi, and Fisher. With a dark elf woman trying to interrogate a hunter cult. This one was a barbarian. They managed to capture and beat. And beat again. And beat again.
I never had shady relations with that dark elf. Sorry.
On the other side of the story, we had Audience and Remy, who faced the fact that there was a city official who decided to take revenge on Audience because he didn't enjoy his sense of humor. It ended up with Audience having to pay 250 gold for the fact that he still decided to settle all of his people in the temple, and since he is the leader of the temple, he had to pay for everyone else. So he accepted, and as soon as the guards were out of earshot, he asked Remy to go get back his money. And this is where we left off.
Which isn't shady, it's liberating.
No, the shady part on your end is the
want,
fact that
yeah.
you're all ended up in the basement at night.
Your call.
And actually, you're busy replacing the people that you lost during the event. That your high priestess was more than happy to inform you that you'd lost them, and that had given you sympathy from the population.
Gain money.
Sympathy,
Yeah,
money, and a bit of a martyr reputation for your entire organization, your religion. So, yeah, all good things. Fortunately, you reminded her that she also has to be understanding of the things that everyone else lost. We'll see how long that lasts. So, we go back in. And is it actually raining outside right now? Damn. I think I should increase the volume.
Yeah.
According to what my dice roll is, the weather right now should probably be more like this. Where Audience is trying to secure.
That's very tingly.
Audience is trying to secure I was gonna say safe, but it is safe, it's just not warm or dry. space for his new followers. So, who do we go back to? Tobiashi and Fisher, or Audience and Remy?
Depends on. I think we should get the stealing scene out of the way first.
All
It
right.
seems more interesting.
Oh, out of the way. I see how.
I say because it seems more interesting.
Oh, I'm sorry. Apparently, Raimi, the most colorful member of this group, isn't interesting enough for.
No, it's because there's Remy there. You know, we want Remy to have the most spotlight tonight.
Yeah, the moon is shining directly on you, or everywhere you go. You know, you always that ring of light following you. All right. Definitely the god of spotlight. All right. Well, we have a volunteer saying that it should be Remy's start tonight, so let's go with Remy. Audience has just asked you to get back his money.
For the first time ever, Raymond's gonna say no.
I'm standing up for myself tonight.
Oh, no, Remy wouldn't do that. He'd leave and he'd come back saying that it was too late. He couldn't get it, but he actually did. So, Remy, you see these guards slowly making their way, probably back toward the garrison or something like that. The guard, which is supposed to be on patrol right now, doesn't stay for very long. He has to go back to his patrol. So after a few minutes, he just tells the captain he is going back to his patrol, and please not forget to send a replacement during the night. The night has started a bit steep. So, we agree, and one of them leaves, leaving what looks like an assistant and the actual captain of the street security. Not a military officer, but just really someone in charge of keeping the peace.
Although, remind me, did they cut there on foot or did they come on horseback?
No, on foot. It's still within the city's limits, so
Okay. Yeah, so like I feel like the simplest way that at least offers the most ambiguity is that like probably like during that like last conversation, like by the way, where exactly did they put the money that that audience had, like in like a small pouch on their belt, or
yeah, it would probably be something a bit larger than a simple pouch. You know, sort of like these well, bigger pouch. Usually people would put more than just their money inside of there. It's sort of halfway between a, I think the proper word would be a satchel? No. I don't know the proper word. Usually about the length of an arm. Made out of leather. Put it on your side. I know what it's called in French. I don't remember what it's... Sorry? Oh, yeah, some people call it like that, but...
I forget. It's kind of like I have one of them. Like a satchel?
That's why I said a satchel, but I'm not sure it's the right word.
I think it's a satchel.
Fanny pack.
Fanny pack.
Made of leather and slightly larger.
And
but
like it goes,
yeah, sure,
yeah,
why
it goes
not?
over like one shoulder and it goes across the body and on the side.
The messenger bag.
Messenger bag, yeah.
Oh yeah,
That works, too.
well, yeah. It looks very similar to that, except that it's not on a uh, it's not tied around the shoulder. It's really just tied on the belt.
Oh,
But they're a relatively similar size. Sorry.
I mean, that is a fairly large thing to have on your belt, all things considered.
eh. He's a guard. They had to go through training, right, to be able
You
to.
gotta have space to put all their bribe money.
Yeah.
Well, just think of it as a very large leather container. It easily goes on the side. It's larger than a simple coin purse. Usually have enough place to put maybe 3 potions in there if you want, or you can have several compartments and just store different things in it.
It's tactical leather bag.
Don't make me laugh. My ribs hurt.
But in other words, it's something that's like kind of like a bit of a heavier bag.
Yes.
Okay. In which case, I think what Raimi would have to do is just yeah, during this particular conversation, I think, yeah, I think he would actually try to disappear.
Okay.
Like basically kind of like blend in with the darkness of night, essentially.
So you mean a stealth roll?
But like I'm going to accentuate it a bit further
Okay.
by as I will use the my lantern to use pass without trace while doing it.
Okay.
Well, let's see what that looks like.
Natural one.
No, it's the
Finally?
exact opposite.
Damn.
So I guess the total is 41.
And so
Attaboy.
Remy vanishes forever. No one ever saw him again.
Don't sell our campaign, so you gotta work a new character.
He sneaks into real life. No, I'm saying.
Oh look, he's just behind you. I can see him. Zach, be careful. Okay. Well, I think you can. You are fairly confident that you're very well hidden. Even a cat that was looking in your direction seems to be completely lost. So I think I'm good. He has that look of the dog challenge where you put a blanket in front of you and you just run off before the blankets fall, and you have the dog just go.
Remy uses his invisibility spell.
So you had a cat that pretty much did that. So you're kind of confident.
Yeah. So after Raimi has essentially disappeared from the universe, I think he's going to do his best to tail the captain back into the city limits, like kind of like a either ducking through alleys or hiding behind maybe abandoned stalls from the evening, as my
Okay.
presumed way of making sure that he remains stealthy, and just kind of looking for an opportunity while the man is distracted with something else.
Well, he seems to. This is not going to be hard to wait because he seems to be a bit annoyed by the fact that he just realized that one of his not new recruits, but one of his official that is supposed to be in a bit of a higher rank has really twisted the law to the limit of what it can do so he can get revenge. So he's sort of annoyed by this, and he just keeps passing comments on this is not how it's supposed to be. They're told to have thicker skin than this. Not that the rambling of new cults trying to get under their skin.
I like this guy. Sorry.
So you can easily find moments where he looks a little bit more distracted just because of the exasperation of everything that just transpired. And the discipline he's going to have to do in the morning.
In which case, and he is going to try and do his best to do this from a distance to some degree. So I think what ultimately happens is that, like, at the intervening moments where he is distracted by either like talking to someone or just like talking to himself, what essentially is going to happen is that the mage hand is just going to open up his pouch and then one at a time try to pull things out until he gets the pouch that audience had hung over.
All right. So you're there moving from place to place where you have something you can hide behind. Feels at times a bit like the spider in Asterix and Cleopatra, where you just go inside of a huge jar and then reappear on the other side of the road in a basket. And
or in the most desperate of situations, like if there's just like absolutely nothing to hide behind, just minor illusion, a cardboard box.
Great. A wooden crate.
There's just ABBA playing in the background.
I mean, I've been told by popular media that a cardboard box is the ultimate stealth, but fine, a wooden crate.
Well, it's the ultimate hiding place in modern day, but we're not in modern days, so it's a crate.
We have to wait for that advancement in hiding technology.
Yeah.
I think you're muted. We can't hear you, Fisher.
Cardboard box that looks like a wood.
Yeah. It has like the drawing marks on it.
The cardboard box has succeeded in a stealth roll to look like a wooden crate. And you have this moment where you realize, oh, the rain is picking up. Oh, he's going to put on a rain cloak. And you have this moment where he just takes the cloak out and tries to get it in, and no, it's stuck on my armor again. And then you have this perfect moment where you can just send the mage hand. All right, well, I guess we'll have you do a what's the name again?
Sleight of hand.
Yes.
Imagine that. I'm just gonna like pull out a bunch of random shit and just like never actually get the coin purse. It's like, why does he have a rubber chicken in here?
Natural one.
That is going to be a 27.
27. Aw, I wanted a natural one.
What would a natural one look like for Remy?
I don't know. It depends on my mood. It's either going to be someone notices it or he draws out a rubber chicken. You know?
Yeah, like I just like while again, as you said, like while he's just like desperately trying to put on this raincoat, there's just like the mage hand just like opens up the bat satchel, puts in, and I guess however many times it takes for the mage hand to do it, just like little objects just like floating away without his noticing.
So you get the mage hand that comes inside very gently, starts rummaging in, feels like you're touching something, goes out. Huh. It's just a ball. It's a bit slimy ball. The guy must have a dog. Let the ball out. Take another thing. What the heck is that? It's long, it's thin, it's very blue color. It looks like a small stick, but it's an eighth of an inch in diameter and probably 2/3 of a foot long. I don't know. You just go back in. Third object that comes out. Well, that's not a... What is that, actually? You can't see well from where you are. It looks like something wrapped in something. Like been wrapped in a little handkerchief. But the shape is just weird. You drop it. You take the next one. And finally it comes out and oh, good. There's a pouch. Looks like there's money in it. Must be it. And slowly drag it back toward you. Takes a moment. You see he finishes putting his cloak on, and as he does this, sort of, it must have bends over, start taking things that are on the floor, on the street, put him back inside his cloak. He seems to think that it's while putting his cloak on, he must have jostled the pouch and things fell out. Seems a little bit puzzled, but no. Right.
Now,
Yep.
now, just before Raimi leaves,
Yes.
he is now going to minor illusion the sound of footsteps in the opposite direction in the opposite alleyway, and then Raimi goes the other way.
All right. Well, he doesn't have that good of a passive perception, but hey, it works. For a moment, what's that? I feel like I heard someone moving. Must have been water falling
been
from
the
one
wind.
of the roof. Maybe a gutter giving out. Or in MMORPGs.
Must have been the wind.
Yeah.
man.
Nothing to report.
So, you run off with a bag of money in your hand.
And Raimi dutifully returns to the church. I know he's gonna actually look inside real quick just to make sure, because I feel like he's made this mistake before.
Well, it's okay. Take a moment. You wait until you're confident that no matter what happens, no one's gonna see you open this up, and no one's gonna hear your reaction unless you start screaming because something is killing you. You open the pouch and you have this moment of and then you open it again. It's not Audience's pouch, but it has money in it. It actually has more money in it.
Good.
Whoops.
Nah, that's you see, that's a good thing.
Now you take out money
There's
to make it
nothing
look
that-
like it's
that
audience.
connects you to it.
Yeah.
You get a cut now, Remy. You don't have to tell audience about.
Well, it's going to be a bit harder to, unless you want to put in your own money, because, yeah, you think there's about 50 golds in there, but you also see 5 gems, which looks actually of a decent size. You'd easily estimate that they're worth anywhere between 50 to 100 gold each.
Okay. In which case, I think what Raimi has to do is that he's briefly going to like hide himself away for just a moment, take the gems out, and then replace it with the remaining gold.
There you go.
Mission failed successfully.
Because Raimi doesn't want to have to.
Explain.
Because, like, honestly, because like he was told to get his money.
Little does Remy know
But
I
Raimi
marked
thinks
it.
about it,
Little
like,
does
you know what,
Remy
this
I
actually
marked
might be the
every
best of
coin.
both worlds.
It's like, that's not the color of pouch that I gave him. What the heck?
Audience gonna go to bed and talk to the little dragon, and the little dragon's gonna say, "Those last few pieces you brought, they taste funny." All right, so you.
Yes, essentially, Raimi will remove the gems, replace it with the appropriate coinage, and then make his way over to return to audience.
That was actually the captain of the guard's payday, and he has to. And he actually now he just has to give the 250 gold he got back to the because it's stolen. He can't keep it. He has to give it back, and all he did is just take his payday. His kids aren't eating.
Dang.
Well,
It's like
you
we're
know,
eating some more 99-cent Campbell's
we've
jams.
already established out of game last episode that Remy gives a lot of energy to gods of sins.
That was his Equinox holiday bonus.
All right, so take a few moments. Audience, from your point of view, maybe Remy was gone 15, 20 minutes. Suddenly, he just reappears.
Taps you on the back.
Oh, and then he forgot he still had the crate illusion on. Sorry.
I'll be like, oh hey, Remy,
Right.
did you get the money?
Holds up a little belt pouch.
Oh, thank you. I will take my money back. I'm not even gonna check it. I trust Remy. I assume he got the right amount.
Yeah, no, it's probably exactly what it. You do feel like the shade of the pouch might be like slightly lighter,
Audience doesn't notice that. Perception.
I'm going with your passive perception. It's a fleeting moment where, it must be the light of the moon.
No. Alright. I'll be sure when I go meet with the nobles to get that official fired, so it won't cause any more problems for us. For now, I think we're good.
All right.
Raimi makes a rainbow.
It's a bit early.
Alright, and then audience is gonna go sleep, because he still hasn't taken a long rest since the fight. And he wants to sleep.
All right. And while audience go to sleep, trying to find a dry place. Oh well, audience can always find a dry place. He has his dimensional storage.
I'm not gonna go into my dimensional storage.
So long as you don't close it, you're not gonna die.
No, I'm not leaving my dimensional storage open. Sleep in it. Just gonna go.
Oh,
sleep.
it's getting chilly in here, huh? Oh, the brick! Damn!
Raimi,
Actually, you know what? No. Before I slept,
Okay.
because I am a little bit worried about the others, because they did leave with the body, and I know that none of them can communicate that well. I would probably call Fisher. before I fell asleep.
Dad, you don't gotta check on us.
Make sure since the guards already kind of have it out for us right now, I feel like a little bit. Just make sure that he's not sitting in jail somewhere. needs to be bailed out.
Does it work?
What does what work?
Message spell?
Trying to call me. Are we in like just a magic room, or is it like a demi-plane kind of thing?
No, this place is more like a magic room.
Okay.
They have means, but they don't have that much means.
I hear Fisher's orb ringing and I turn it on silent mode. No, I'm fine.
Yeah, dude.
Turn
what?
off notifications.
We're trying to get information here. Why are you answering the phone? Oh, I'm professional.
So this would probably be. Hold on. You went up to the largest inn. Meanwhile, audience had the captain to ask the captain to come back. So you get up there. The messenger goes back to the captain. The captain comes back. You settle all of the things. So probably when the message would arrive is when Tobiyashi is going down to the first floor to ask for better food. While he's away, this is probably when the orb would ring for you, Fisher.
Alright, and so this is still when she was being difficult.
Yeah,
from Fisher's
before I got the
perspective.
furniture and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Things are starting to appear around you. Better things, nicer things. And she's starting to evaluate, just walking around, looking at what you're willing to pay to have a good service.
Do I have to pay her after? Wait a minute.
No, how well you're willing to pay for everything else, so that she is relaxed and in a good mood to pry information outside of the mind of this poor cultist. You know, she's judging how efficient she's going to have to be, how delicate. Do you want her to use a prying tool which would leave the poor guy a vegetable for the remainder of his life, or just heavily traumatized and present enough to have bad dreams for the rest of his life?
You know what they say? Vegetables can't talk about us. Wait, sorry, wait.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
I hear audience in my head for some reason.
Yeah, so I'll answer it. What's up?
Hey,
Kind of
Fisher.
middle-
I'll get now. Just making sure you guys safely found the divider and aren't like being stopped by guards or anything. You know, got where you need to be for getting information.
No, we're here with the finer. We're
Oh, nice.
agreeing on terms, I guess. Why? Do we need to be worried about what's going on?
Oh, apparently there's some official who has it out for me and maybe the rest of the party in his extension because I insulted his like mom or something. He tried to get my temple shut down, but I assume that you guys are probably in the clear then. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Just letting you know. Make sure, since you're talking to the divider anyway, if in the term, see if you can also get some information about the riddle that we were, because I know that was originally why we were gonna hire. Hires.
Yeah. I'll see if we can figure out what
Yeah.
he
See if the cultist,
she can figure out what he knows.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna sleep, try and regain my.
You don't want to come join us?
No, I'll come up in the. I'll come. I need to sleep, and I want to be here for if anything happens during the night. I don't want to leave, so I'm gonna sleep. but I'll come up there in the morning if you guys are still up there.
Well, before you have a chance to hang up or hear Fisher's answer, you hear the voice of this elf. A bit of a... Oh, how would you call it in English? The literal translation from French is a honeyed voice, but...
Audience, though, also knows that this is a dark elf, and if he knows if he goes up, Remy will go up, and that might cause problems. Which is why part of why he's not going up.
You hear her voice just say, "Ah, am I going to have to worry about legal problems? Those are consideration worth mentioning. I have to make sure I can get a full night of sleep."
No legal
no,
problems.
No, you should not.
I will mention I cleared everything. I cast Zone of Truth. Everything was cleared. You should have no legal issues.
Yeah, it appears it was more of a... He's checking in to make sure we weren't also harassed before he figured it all out, so we should be good.
Well, very well. So long as you're all being absolutely honest with this.
I'm really bad at lying.
And well, since she does have a detect thoughts active, she does know that you're telling the truth about being a bad liar.
Alright, I'm gonna go to sleep now. I guess call me if anything urgent happens, but besides that, I'll be sleeping. And then I'll hang up.
Alright.
Go sleep.
She walks around a little bit more and interesting.
What? About the room or the guy? Were you just talking to yourself?
She looks at you for a moment and, well, I guess you would have insight on this. But no, I'm talking about interesting. The fact that a holy man seems to be fully on board with whatever this is going to be in the morning. It's always good to have support.
Come join the
it-
religion.
In my experience, gods are more headstrong than they are bastions of morality.
Well, it depends on your point of view, I guess.
Also depends on the god.
She has a little smirk when you say this. A few moments later, Tobiyashi comes back, confused as he was before, and looks at everything. She tastes the variety of...
Wine?
Well, not necessarily, but yeah, sure. Pricey alcohol. Classy
The good
alcohol. And asks the small construct inside to
Bring a bottle.
have a bottle prepared for her of that specific one in the middle. And slowly, she makes her... Oh no, actually... Right, she leaves the poor guy unconscious while you're all preparing, and turns around, asks Fisher for what exactly do you want out of this person? So now there is something about a riddle, so you'll have to elaborate on elaborate on this.
Yes. So this poor sucker right here is a member of the Hunter cult. You are aware of them?
Vaguely.
Weird evil dudes wandering around, messing stuff up recently. Um, and so we've been trying to stop them for a bit. So really just anything you can find about their cult and their goals. And then we did have this prophecy that they are seeking 3 trophies in order to bring their god back. One being the essence from the shadow of a god, the will of an unbreakable mind, and a feather hidden within a dream. So if there seems to be answers to what any of those might be, that would also be pretty helpful.
I know you didn't want to talk to me earlier, but if you could find anything on a person named Nanaris?
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
They put me through a lot of torment and pain when they held me captive for a while. I just want to try to find this person. But if other things come up first and you can't find that information, it's fine.
Okay.
She's also a dark elf, of what I know.
I'm just trying to find your
Oh, it's a him.
personal story again.
They're actually lovers, Toby. You just messed up.
God. This lady's a special dark elf. The good ones.
Yeah, this guy's a guy. He's actually... yeah, they probably are lovers. Never mind. Should be in notes and enemies. My D&D sheet. I just copied and pasted what you sent me.
Oh, then it's probably there.
Yeah.
To be on the island. Is that it? Okay, yeah, that's it here. Okay, so
I do have a couple other names, but we could get to that later.
well, the name
if we
that you
have
just said is
They pronounce it right? Anaris?
no.
Anaris?
Hold on. No, Nanaris is a human rogue. So
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about,
But-
the one that tortured me.
yeah, but this one is not a Deshari elf. You don't know what the Deshari elf's name was.
Set her during those long periods. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, there's always something that you can always try to get this information.
Yeah.
Who he might be.
Oh, go into my mind. No, I don't want to be a vegetable.
All right, and the rest that you wanted her to get out of this poor fellow was. So there's the prophecy.
Oh, he said, I just wanted to see if they knew anything about the Dark Elf and Nanaris, and he was asking about the riddle and anything about their whereabouts or they've been doing. I'm pretty sure that's what Fisher said.
Yeah. Just kind of general information about what they've been up to and like their organization, and then also if they have any leads or anything on the 3 trophies or what they might be.
Okay. So no one is asking how they knew you were here. You were going to be here tonight. Okay.
Oh, well, obviously that too. Any general information means that too, like why they're here. We could add that in.
No, that doesn't need to be added in.
I think it does.
All right. So I think news needs to be clarified. What do you qualify as news? So what they've been doing. But what else?
I guess why they were there, and then the important stuff, like Fisher was saying, what they're doing, what they've been up to, why they were there, and the riddle stuff. The 3 trophies that they need. 4? I don't know.
Yeah, the 3 trophies.
Okay.
3 trophies that they need.
Okay. She takes a moment, and you have this probably a bit of a mixed feeling, Tobiyashi, as you see her take up a position in front of that poor unconscious person that she's taken care of to not wake him up. She takes position in front of him, and there is something a little bit uncomfortably familiar in the way that she places herself, but then she slightly bends over, sort of in a way that you sort of recognize she is favoring her mind, trying to push something inside. And the way that her arms just unfold slowly and she places herself, it reminds you of a spider just looking at someone, looking at a prey right before it pounces. She straightens up. You see her take, it looks like 2 giant pearls. When she places on one arm of the chair, the other one on the other arm of the chair. She goes to the back of this person, touches both pearl, and you can immediately feel some sort of energy radiating from it. A pulse of some sort. And she gets very close to him. Close enough to whisper, but you don't hear anything, any words coming out of her. She goes on one side of his head, then on the other one. And she smiles a little bit. She looks at all of you, puts her arms on the head of the chair, right behind him. It's amazing what you can do with weak minds, especially when they're unconscious. When you're awake, so many defenses can be brought up, but when you're not, a simple whisper can influence your dream in ways even imagine. Take this poor fellow as an example. He's very scared of what you'll do to him. He remembers the beating that he got on several occasions, and your face. And she looks at you, Tobiyashi, when you were beating him up bare-fisted, with your friend screaming, "Have you had enough? Have you had enough?" Apparently only enticing you to hit harder.
I smirk a little bit.
You have intriguing friends. Now, one thing is clear, is that he's here because he was asked to be here. Someone sold the information of where you all were for delivery of a message to a mercenary, a rival.
Wait, what?
Arrival to who?
Well, he doesn't
Wait,
know
so-
exactly. But he would estimate that it is relating to that friend of yours, that holy friend, that chose to remain distant for this little unpleasant moment.
Oh, son of
Oh, doesn't surprise me.
They
Doesn't.
were
I'm
very
just-
thankful of this little bit of information in exchange for the location of this mercenary. Although they haven't had much contact with her since she left their group. But money is money, and so she has accepted a few contract. And so they were very interested in giving this envoy the information he wanted for in exchange for the location of where you all would be. I don't know about you, but I think your friend either backstabbed you or is extremely...
Stupid.
Well, I was going to try and say it in a better way.
No, it's okay. You can say stupid.
Yeah.
Although, are you saying that this rival was not working with them before they got this information?
Well, I did sense that I was trying to pull on something that isn't there. But this rival, no, hasn't been working for them in quite a while. Actually, at the very least, a good month. I think she left. It actually caused a little bit of dismay in the ranks of some that she simply left the moment she came back.
Did this guy know why?
Unfortunately, no. And she gives us a gentle tap on the head of the guy. He has limited information.
Super surprising.
Especially aligning herself with a god of truth.
Wait, what? Is that what this dude thinks?
Well, that's what he knows, according to the emblem she's wearing right now.
Oh, the rival's god.
Yes.
Oh. Oh, so, oh.
Oh, Toby took out
Because
a
that
notepad and
means
is writing
that
this
son
down.
of a... Gotta talk to audience again.
You know, I always had a feeling deep inside, but yeah, that's that's a conversation for another time.
It's probably a good thing he was not here.
You don't know why, but you feel audience's soul is laughing so hard right now.
Here's a quick DM question.
Yes.
Do I know that she was supposed to be the opposite of everything he was? Or like, not like but like him, but yeah.
Well,
Opposing.
you were there when she appeared. She was supposed to be a mirror image. So, although you do not have the explicit explanation of being a exact opposite of him, you do have the explanation that she is supposed to be a mirror image of him in every sense when she was created.
So that would actually make it seem like audience's god is also a god of truth.
No, it's a mirror image. If
So
she has a
the
god
same,
of
but
truth,
reversed. Okay.
he has a god of lies or something similar.
That's what
I think
that's
you
what
can draw
I
certain
I
parallels,
first thought I should put together, and then was wait, hold on, let me double check to make sure
We're
this
getting
is
the
what I would
audience
actually
lore.
put together.
But
Okay.
it's just like I feel like the accumulation of information is just like, well, it's a woman, it's a blue dragonborn instead.
Made me choke on my drink.
Okay. Well then. Yeah. So stuff about the cult and the.
As far
prophecy
as what
then?
they're doing right now, they seem to be at least a little interested in what you're all doing. Apparently, they regularly do scrying on you. Well, actually, not you. A member of your party. There is
Would
something
you-
about a wizard being taken in and folding when he realized that what he thought was his destiny had been stolen from him. They promised him power and vengeance. And he took it. And he apparently had something on him given to him by a party member that is no longer with you right now. And they've been using this to scry on you. With limited success.
Does he know
It,
which of us is being scried on specifically, or is it just kind of a whatever they get in the moment?
I'll let him answer that one first.
No. Unfortunately, he wasn't there in person. There are just things he's heard about. Rumors going about in their clan, frustration of some who have lost powers because their scheme did not unfold as they planned. Those become very vocal at times. They do not take care not to spread their frustration and knowledge to whomever may be listening. And so a rumor starts. But this one is very strong. Apparently, someone is very displeased with the lack of result of this investment.
Hey, Toby, you had a wizard friend, right? Audience
I did.
mentioned something.
Did he say how long ago? Does he know how long ago this wizard came to them? And maybe what his name is?
No, he doesn't know the name, but he does know that all of this started a few months ago. It does fit, Tobiyashi. It does fit.
I think I know who it is.
You know he was taken in one day, and he wasn't taken back, and they stopped questioning you after.
Yeah. I think it fits the description of our old friend. What did he get given? That's my question.
No more torture.
Well,
I mean,
they
that's
said
pretty.
well something. No, I mean they offered him power, but I mean, what are they using to scribe on us with?
Did I ever, or did Fisher ever? Yeah, I guess is this meta knowledge or not? The weird orb thing that Valtteri had, that she kept like trying to dump off and then
I
couldn't.
thought it broke.
Did Fisher ever know about that? And or know what happened to it?
Yes, you know what happened to it. No, you do not know that it was an orb. You just know that she came clean to the garden about having been given something to spy on them. But you could put the pieces of the puzzle together, because ever since there's been a ball that gnomes have been passing around and throwing in every disgusting place the garden can have. It apparently has been in the sewer system, in the cleaning area. It's been dragged in marshy lands. You even seen one gnome dragging it around with a rope on it.
So would I be able to put together that seems like it's what is being scribed through and why people are frustrated in the Hunter cult?
Make an Arcana roll for me, please.
Hey, well, I forgot to get my
I mean, that
dice
would
off,
be just
so
the
I'll
ultimate
do it.
troll. Just like, I'm going to scry and get as plenty of
sweet.
useful information. And just gets nothing but gnomes.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Well, someone
the
is
gnome
getting
halftime
information
show.
about gnomes, but it's most likely not the Hunter cult. Because
Also, that's with Terranad. That's a 17 without him.
okay. Well, he'd probably be able to fill in some of the gap with you thinking about this as best you can and having confirmation with him bouncing this idea off of you in your mind. To scry on someone through an object, you need to have the object with you. So you need an object that belonged to that person. Since she didn't give the orb to Trevor, he can't be using this to scry on her.
Okay.
So that means either me or audience gave him something.
No, it would mean that Valtteri gave Trevor something, and they've been using this to scry on her.
On her, yeah.
Because I can confidently say that I know audience never gave anything to Trevor. I don't know about Tobiyashi, but I'm fairly sure you haven't.
I think I
One
gave
of
him
you might have
acorns.
given a punch to the face. Who knows?
No, I don't think I did that. Maybe a
So,
fruit, but I don't know how long a fruit would
Altieri
last.
is the one that's being scryed on then.
With limited success. And you know that the garden is heavily protected against those.
Okay.
So long as she doesn't leave the garden, she's safe.
Mm-hmm.
Which you don't know if she did or not.
Yeah.
For the rest of what they've been doing, well, like I said, they have been very curious about everything you do. They do have a very personal problem with your holy friend, which is why they want him alive. They want to make sure he regrets his mistakes and lives to regret them.
Does he know if is their problem with audience specifically because of his actions, or is it with his god?
Because
Or
of his
religion.
interference with them.
Okay.
From almost the moment he set foot on this island. They're taking it personally.
Unsurprising.
But you've also been on their mind. Not just as much as he is. And they are aware that he has taken the mantle of leadership for your party.
Well, okay, that's
Now, could he put something back into his mind? No, just like,
just because he's the one that talks to people doesn't mean he's the leader.
Right now, their little cult is busy reforming their ranks. They are pretty upset with your entire organization. This base they were building inside of the mountains did cost them a significant amount of resource. They are trying to figure out ways to make all of you pay for this.
Did you find if anything about a possible new base of operations that they're trying to move?
Not a new one. At least none that he is aware of.
No.
But they have been heavily relying on an island.
an island.
Any more specific?
I might know what island, but I don't know where it's
There
at.
are a couple in the area. Might even say a chain.
Maybe
A
the island I was
smaller
tortured
one.
on.
One that not a lot of people know about. One that is nearly secure. A bit out of the way. Most likely not on an existing map. But I also sensed a lot of stress, especially from the lower ranking members of their cult. Apparently, you left an avatar wounded. Whenever he gets frustrated, lower member become food.
Yeah, that's what you get from working for an evil cult.
I guess that's a matter of opinion.
Wait, so you're saying that it's still alive?
Oh,
Yeah,
very
wait,
much.
I thought you guys killed it.
And still regaining strength. Plotting. It is very angry at all of you. Especially you. And she looks at the three of you. You were the one who interrupted the ritual. You are the ones who wounded it. It wants all of you. It wants to consume you. It wants to make sure you know who is the predator here and who is the prey.
Huh? Did they seem to have any leads on the prophecy?
Oh, well, that's a bit more confusing. You don't seem to know about a prophecy.
Oh, sick.
To them, the avatar is... Well, it's the beginning of the end. I could try pry more, but this might get a little bit more messy.
As much as I would like that. Anything you might have caught about the Dasari elf? Or about maybe someone named Solana, who was the master in charge of the operation in the mountains that we took care of. He was, sorry. I keep saying she.
No, there haven't been any news from Salma. I believe he has much to atone for. And spends a lot of time with the avatar of the god. If I'm not mistaken, he is making sure he is paying for his failure. Something to do with reanimation and playtime.
Okay. Thank you for all the information so far. Fisher, is there anything else you might think we need? Because I have a couple names that I could spit out if they could find out any more information about them. Could try to find them.
I think you're good on what I was looking for.
Okay. Okay. If you don't mind, this will be the last name that I throw out, if you can, because I know we took care of Ranzel. He's dead. Hopefully, he still is. I'm really interested in a man named Ernick. He's a human male. Have you heard anything about him?
Well, let's see. She takes a moment. She leans in very close from behind. Goes behind one ear. Goes behind the other ear. She closes her eyes for a moment. I don't. She starts having trouble concentrating. This design. Why? Yeah. She looks slightly in pain as she looks at you. Suddenly looks at all of you.
Did I ever see the weird design that doesn't like to be looked at?
Yes, I made
I
sure you
remember.
all saw it one way or another.
Yeah, we all see it.
Okay. I was trying to remember if that was just. I remember it being passed around or something. Just a while ago, trying to refresh memory about it. It was a symbol of the cult, or
It was a symbol that keeps changing and moving and can't kind of be understand. And when like you look at it, you get repulsed and don't want to keep looking at it. Something we can't understand, I'm pretty sure.
Every
From
time
what
you're
I
about
remember.
to give a name to the shape, it changes.
okay. And we found one.
I wanted to keep the one that we found a long time ago, but we ended up not doing it.
Because I did the mistake of saying, "Oh wow, you're gonna keep it for tonight. Interesting night." And then you suddenly all said, "Okay, we're destroying it."
Yeah. I wanted to keep the orb too, but that was a good idea that we didn't.
She seems to have a pretty good headache. So what are you? Is it just for your mind that you're thinking about this, or do you say something out loud?
Well, okay, I'll say something.
Okay.
Did you? I'm guessing you might have seen the symbol that you can't really place your mind on what it is until it goes away and becomes something else, and that keeps happening over and over again.
She takes a moment. She looks absolutely disturbed by what she saw. When she opens her eyes and takes a good look at all of you. What are you trying to do?
What do you mean?
Why are you messing with something like this?
First things first. It started to mess with us a long time ago before we started to mess with this.
Also, I'm pretty sure it's trying to, like a predator god's trying to come back and like eat the world or something.
This can't
And
be
we're trying to-
named. If you can name it, it's not that. It's something else. This person has been branded inside of its soul with this. It's clawing its way out.
You saying that symbol doesn't have anything to do with the hunter cult?
You can name it, can you? You just named it. The Hunter Cult. This thing can't be named.
Not great.
We shall call it.
I wonder if it's like the opposite of moss.
Of moss?
Like the
What?
like a god of like
The god of unsung hero?
unsung villains.
Of cannot be sung villains?
Yeah.
Um, I'm not sure what you mean. This sign has been affiliated with the Hunter cult. Maybe not a sign. This unnameable force of villainy, nature. I don't know where to place it. As you said, you can't really place where it is. Ever since we've gone in contact with the Hunter cult, we've seen this thing.
The only thing I can say about this, suddenly she becomes very cold, very hard. There's something very unpleasant about this for her. The only thing I can say is something that keeps being repeated very deep inside. They all thought that this was the end. They all thought that they had achieved their goal. This is not the end. This is not even the beginning of the end. At best. This is the end of the beginning. They all thought it ended with this. It doesn't, it starts with this.
This being
It keeps repeating itself inside of the mind of this person, and it comes up every time you mention the name of Ernick. Now, I would very much appreciate it if you'd left this room. It is mine for the rest of the evening. I do not wish to keep participating in whatever you're doing. I wish to keep my life, not blindly give it to angry gods or things like this.
That's totally fine. I appreciate what you've done with us so far. We'll take the body with us. Sorry about that. I know probably diving deep into people's minds is pretty hard and very straining. I do apologize. And
get out now!
We'll be out of your way. And Fisher,
I'll
grab the body.
pick up the dude.
And we'll leave.
And
what are we going to do with the body, Fisher, as we're walking down the stairs?
Turn back, grab Jorg. Jorg, we're done. Wake up.
We got enough information. A lot more than we had.
Yeah. So who was this Ernick dude?
He was the guy that attacked us, was super silent. He only came at us.
The Shadow Wolves guy?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was a Shadow Wolves guy.
Attacked us at the monastery?
Yeah, the guy that kind of seemed a little bit off. He attacked us.
Fisher wasn't there.
At the church.
He arrived right after this battle.
At the church?
Was he...
I thought he was there for the
I
church.
remember there being a creepy leader dude when all the Shadow Wolves attacked the monastery.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
I was there for that.
No, you've seen him, but you've also seen him a second time.
Okay.
But Fisher wasn't there for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm telling about the time at the.
But he was the dude that summoned all the Shadow Wolves or whatever.
Yeah, he was in charge of the attack on the
yeah,
monastery.
I'm pretty sure.
But Tobiyashi and Jorg, but he can't remember this because he's stuck sucking on his future cloak.
From what I know about him.
What you know about him is that he can transform into a tentacle monster and try to kill all of you as you are leaving a mountain.
That's the part I missed.
He can do that. What I know about him from what I know from a long time ago from the island is I've never really seen him use magic other than the time he turned into a tentacle monster, if that is magic. I never really heard him talk. I could recognize his eyes really well if I see his face. He's a born hunter. and he's always evaluating the room. He knows what to do when something happens, and it always seems like he knows more than what you think he knows. Since I didn't get anything about Solana, he's basically the right-hand man of the Avatar that we fought that one night. I thought maybe something about
Well,
Ernick would be more important.
according to what she's saying, Salna is being a chew toy for the avatar of the
that's what I
god
was
right
saying. Right-hand man, chew toy, same thing.
now. Well,
I wrote it down.
You're a
so-
right
Was in charge, now bears responsibility.
You're a
for
right
that.
hand
Yeah.
man when it's going well. You become a chew toy when it's not going well.
Exactly.
I mean, dogs do have a habit of chewing on my right hand.
So,
That's why my father is a left-handed
what do we do
person.
with this guy?
I don't know.
Should we take him back to audience?
Sure.
All right. And what are we gonna do
I
about?
mean, I don't know. Maybe we term it. I mean, like his cult was in charge of like an attack on the city, so maybe we just take him to the cops.
We could do that. Yeah. We could take him to the cops and then go back to audience. But
Maybe get back some of that favor that audience may have.
solid.
Well,
Soil.
it doesn't sound like it was kind of his fault, but not really.
Yeah. Other than that, are you thinking the same thing that I'm thinking about? Who might
I
have
can't
told?
know what you're thinking about unless.
Well,
you
yes,
tell me.
Braid.
Well-
I am thinking.
Well, I was going to explain
We're on
it.
the same wavelength.
I was gonna say about who sent them to us, why they knew where we were gonna be, what happened with all of that with the rival, and
Yeah. Well, audience is asleep.
well, yeah, I mean like later on.
Yeah. No. There's. I mean.
Well, he called you
Yeah,
half an
There's a
hour
pod
ago.
you had. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean. I don't know how fast people fall asleep.
Audience could be well. It was a long fight, so I imagine pretty fast.
Audience
I'm gonna
doesn't
lay
have
down.
that good of an imagination. He probably falls asleep very fast.
Yeah. We'll talk to him tomorrow about it.
He's a military man. He can just zonk out whenever he wants.
Yeah. We'll talk to him another day, or tomorrow, or whenever it comes up.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it should come up tomorrow morning when he wakes up.
All right. Let's go back to let's turn this guy in, go back to him, and go to sleep for tonight. Worry about it tomorrow.
We only had the room in here, right?
Yeah, only the room and all the
Yeah.
furniture and alcohol that we sent up to her.
No, you paid for a room
we paid
for
it,
her.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
actually, we paid for a room for one person. We never said her.
She did not ask for company.
So should we? You think we should turn this guy in? For yeah, we'll just bring him to the temple and then
And then turn him in tomorrow.
yeah.
Okay.
What if he wakes up?
I could keep knocking him out. I don't mind that.
I mean, I can just stand there watching him, but I don't want to have to like keep knocking him out
We
every.
could tie him up to one of the. We could tie him up somewhere so he can't get
Yeah,
away.
I'm sure.
I'm pretty
there's
sure you
that.
could tie tight.
Oh, he's moving a little bit.
I know a lot of good knots. I'm not the
Knocked out.
best at actually tying them.
Mm-hmm. I could tie some knots. I'll help you.
Okay.
Just tie it tight. Get him tight in
Yeah.
there, and I'll knot it up.
Man, the poor guy's gonna have a face completely swollen in the morning.
Just to make sure, though, Toby's pinky, right? Because he's pink.
I'm pinky. Wow. Yes. As of right now, I'm pink.
Sure, that's the only reason why.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess let's go back to
Okay.
audience's temple
So you
Ruins.
go back to the
basement.
the foundation of audience temple, and this is a good place to take our break. So, as you arrive, we're just gonna say as you arrive, audience is most likely already sleeping. Remy, well, he was looking at audience, so he fell asleep very content. Unless Remy wanted to do something after audience fell asleep.
Oh no, very specifically, because first off, it was a little rainy out there, a little muggy, so he would take the time to put a Lehman's tiny hut over himself and audience so that it would be nice and dry.
Oh no, Fisher and
smart.
Tobiashi weren't there. They arrived. Oh. Okay. So, audience and Remy are nice and cozy inside of a Lehman's tiny hut, while Fisher and Tobiashi arrives maybe an hour later, soaking in the rain. The poor guy is probably gonna catch a cold, and he's been beaten 5 times in a row to get there. And this is where we take the break, so everyone has time to recover and have a nice night of sleep. All right, so Valentine is here, so I guess we're gonna go with ducks for the break, because I know there's not gonna be any arguing about ducks, and it's
They like the ducks.
well, so far one person openly likes the ducks. All right, so let's have the ducks, and we'll be back in 15 minutes. Here it is. See you back in 15 minutes. Bye. Hello and welcome back. Yeah, you're being laughed at by a duck. Alright.
Deal with it.
Yeah. He gets the last laugh. Okay, so. Morning comes. Fisher has been pounding the poor guy all throughout the night. No, I think you said you tied him up very well. So when morning comes, is he conscious or not?
I think I wouldn't have kept knocking him out. Just when he finally woke up, I just would have been like, "Look, I can knock you out again, or you can just go to sleep."
Let me knock him out.
So the first few times, Tobiashi knocks him out again, and then eventually he gets a choice because Tobiashi falls asleep. He probably.
And then I want to lean him. I want to, if I could, try and just put him on top of the dome. So when the dome disappears, he falls on whoever's inside of it.
So you spend a portion of the night trying to hoist the poor guy on top of the dome, tying him up so that he holds in place.
Shut up, just go to sleep. It'll be hilarious in the morning.
You try to angle him so, he should fall on someone. You're not sure. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 is in. Okay.
Gonna be me.
Well, no, you're not inside of the dome. They put up the dome before you arrive, so you arrive and you just see the dome and. So,
Fun.
8 hours later, Audience, you wake up in the morning. Good night of sleep. You know, it's kind of cozy and. Oh, that's why it's cozy. There's a dome above our head. Aw, ain't Remy so kind? And looks a little bit cloudy today, and blam! The dome disappears, and you get slammed by the body of a of a cultist. You just hear the faint voice say, "I don't think it's funny."
Alright.
I'm just laying in a hammock that's like tied to one pillar to the next pillar.
He fell
No.
from 10 feet high, so you don't get any damage from this.
I did think I did. I assume he would take more damage from falling on me.
Well, it's less than 10 feet, so it's just very, very, very uncomfortable. You don't know why. His face is much more swollen than last time you saw him. He has one eye completely shut. The lips on the other side is so big. You're wondering if he's having an allergic reaction. When he smiles, it's scary.
I just will kind of like lay there for a second, looking up at him as he lands on him. Then I'll go, "Oh God, was I being attacked?" and punch him off of him. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Knocks him out again.
I thought you were attacking me. That's my fault.
You just hear,
So,
"Could you have punched me over else down my other eye? I can't see now."
I knock him out again, actually. No, I'm kidding.
Alright, so yeah, I think we got everything we were gonna get out of this guy.
What do we do with them, audience? We brought him here so you could decide.
I mean, I
We
assume
were
we'll just
thinking-
turn him in.
Yeah, we could turn him into the guards.
Yeah.
Although, really? I mean, if we turn him into the guards, he spends time in prison, then he gets out. Unless they have like a death sentence here, like in Texas or something like that. And
Sorry.
then he goes back home and tells us all the information. Well, he probably doesn't know the information we got from him.
No, she made sure he was unconscious because all of your...
He probably doesn't remember anything from the past.
But he'll know where this temple is,
24
or
hours.
this
Hit
basement
him in
is.
the head too many times.
Yeah, that is true. He does know where the temple is.
I'm
He
so
also-
sure they'll know where this temple is, regardless, especially after it's done.
What if we took
Yeah.
him? What if we took him out into the woods and let him fight one of us in honorable combat to the death?
Me?
Would that be?
I'm all down for that. Do we get to kill
What
him?
if he? I mean, we kind of ignored him in the fight, but
Yeah.
I mean, I was fighting him. Is this the same barbarian I was fighting?
like he's pretty beefy.
Well, he was trying to hit you, but the one that actually managed to hit
Kinda.
you got killed by the undead.
He wasn't. He didn't seem that strong in the fight. He was like running away from zombies.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, was he the one that fought with me down with the zombies? That cleared all those people out, or did he?
no, he
No.
was the one who was scared and running away from the zombies.
Okay. I don't think he deserves an honorable fight.
I
Well,
mean,
I mean-
well, no, we can't just kill him. But if it, like we could give him an honorable fight and say we'll
Whoa,
release
whoa,
him
whoa,
if he
I
beats
never
one
said-
of us.
I never said anything about killing anybody. But we could just leave him out in the woods tied up to something. We didn't kill him.
I'd rather just give him a chance to
Did
earn
we
his
not-
freedom through combat.
Okay. The other possible problem is if we do turn him into the guards.
Mhm.
Audience, you said something about the guards not liking you or something, getting in
Yeah.
trouble with them.
Yeah, it's not also that, it's that he has information. He knows that we took him to like a diviner. He might have information. Like I don't feel like that's stuff we should let him.
He does not
walk
know
around.
about that. It was knocked out the whole time. I made sure of it.
Okay, that doesn't mean he doesn't know.
Well, he's awake right now and he's sitting there in the corner while we're talking, so.
And you just spilt the beans, audience.
You just
I
look
mean,
at him.
Now he knows.
that's not.
You look at him. You're not sure
Yeah.
if he's smiling. He's like, I didn't hear nothing.
I think honorable combat for freedom is the most fair way to do this.
What
Gives
if we
him a
make
chance
him?
to.
What if we
get
make him
out.
a servant? Your servant.
I don't think he'll do that, and I wouldn't
Yeah,
trust
no,
him
I'm not
anyway.
comfortable with that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that doesn't seem. I think it's very.
I want to just turn him into the guard. I'm just slightly worried.
All right, I'm down for honorable combat.
Toby, I'm not picking you for doing honorable combat.
No. I'm raising my hand to vote for honorable combat.
Okay.
Not for me.
Oh, I feel like you shouldn't be able to vote if you're not on
Why?
the table for performing the act.
What about? I mean, no. Okay, listen to me. If he fights either one of you, Fisher or audience, he's instantly gonna die. I fought you guys before. Remy,
still
he
honorable
doesn't have a
combat.
chance. He doesn't have a
It's
chance
still-
with Remy either.
Why are we giving
But he's
him a
gonna fight
chance, Toby?
Jorg? Is he gonna fight Jorg over there? He's just tied up in his blanket. I'm pointing at him.
We don't know how strong he is. I would just put him
He
against the
was running
strongest
away
member
during
of
the
party.
fight. How strong he is. I look
I'm
over
gonna,
at him like, how strong are you?
Guide audience away from the dude because I don't want to give the dude this idea if it's not already in his head.
Okay.
And I'm just worried that I would prefer to turn him into the guard, but I'm worried that if we do, he's gonna mention that for some reason you invited them to this event.
To be fair, I didn't invite them. I invited my rival.
Hmm.
And I was actually
Appar-
going to tell you about that today, but apparently you found out.
What we heard was that the rival wasn't actually working with the cult anymore,
Oh, that's
and the
good, I
person
guess?
you hired to go to the cult, that's how they found the rival, because the cult
Oh.
reached out again.
He seemed like a pretty honorable kind of contract guy. I'm surprised he gave us up.
He gave up.
Okay.
Why am I not
But
in this
you know-
conversation?
You understand how this could look, right?
Yes.
Like if we
no.
turn him into the guard, and then especially if you're already in trouble, and they're like, okay, this dude that was trying to make their religion look good brought some people that it could look like what I call it, a false flag operation kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I definitely do not want to turn him into the guard.
Well, as that conversation is happening, I'm gonna go sit in front of the guy that I pummeled, the barbarian. I'm like, I sit right in front of him. Like, so any last wishes?
Jesus
As we're talking,
Christ.
Toby's just gonna murder this dude.
Toby's gonna be like, I took care of it.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys.
You really ask him if he has a last wish?
Yeah. Well, I want to make sure if he has any last wishes that it gets fulfilled.
Okay.
I'm not the one trying to kill him.
He looks at you and says,
Oh.
I wish for you to share my fate.
I can't understand that.
He said, I wish for you to share my fate.
I knock him out again. Yeah, like I said, I knock him out.
Toby, stop beating him up. He's gonna have to fight a duel soon.
Okay, right before I punch him, I'll be like, I hear that. I'm just like, okay, all right, okay. I'm not going to be doing that, sir. Goodbye. Just wait for Fisher to come back with audience.
I think audience sorry, I was like, I think honestly, it's simpler, and it gives him a fair chance if we give him an honorable duel, and it honestly solves our problems a lot more.
What if he
we
fights
have-
one of your followers?
That still doesn't feel great, though.
Is this
I mean, like,
about feeling great or getting revenge? Oh wait, no. Sorry. It's the wrong question.
It's about being practical.
Okay, I'll let you guys decide. I lay back.
I
in
will
my
I will
cot.
put it this way for you, Fisher. My moral code will allow for this to happen if we give him weapons, heal him, and allow him to have a fair fight.
About that moral code.
Yeah. Can I hear this
something
from where
else
they're
that
talking?
came up?
Depends on where you want to
Yeah.
be. You could be hearing this.
Your
Close enough.
god.
Uh-huh.
What are they a god of?
Dragons.
Just dragons in general.
Yeah, they're dragons.
Not like lies
No.
or deception
No.
or your rival
Mm-hmm.
is you, but blue and female,
Yes.
and so like a reflection, right?
I've never thought of it that way. I kind of feel like she's her own person.
Like, I mean, she stepped out of a literal mirror of
Yeah,
you.
but I mean, she might have some of my, traits and qualities in opposite or effect, but I feel like she's kind of her own individual, and I
She
feel that's
literally
kind of
looks just like you for blue. Sorry.
demeaning to her to put her as the reflection of me.
She almost. Never mind.
Yeah, so apparently both why she left the cult and why the cult was disappointed that she left is because apparently her god is a god of truth.
Well, to be fair, that could just be what she told the Hunter cult. Is there any evidence of this?
Yeah, but why would you tell an evil cult your god's the god of truth?
Many reasons. To give herself a way out if she knew the going got rough. If you notice, she left after the Hunter cult had been defeated. She might have used it to be able to give herself an out for when things got rough with the cult. I'm saying that the cult was weakened greatly in their defeat in the temple, and she might have told them a lie about their god so she could use it as a way to safely remove herself from their organization without causing the ire of any higher-ups.
That's flawed, but
Sounds like a loophole to me. I've been listening. Audience. There's also another thing. Other than that, but we could come back to that later if you don't think we have enough information. We also got some information on the Hunter cult in general.
Okay, that I'm more interested in.
Remy, you're
course.
there if you want to participate in something. I'm just saying.
We also found out that Trevor, we
Trevor.
assumed to be Trevor,
Yes.
got something to spy on us with. Not
Spy
sure
on
what it
us
is.
specifically, or like a member of our party?
A member of our
we
party, whoever gave him
believe
something.
they've been trying to scry on Valkyrie,
With no success.
but can't or it's very difficult when she's in the garden.
All right. Well, I guess that would be something to
using-
speak to Valkyrie about.
Yeah.
In return to
So
the
yeah,
garden.
we should.
Also,
sure that-
Doesn't surprise me he turned traitor, though. To be honest,
the guy, the avatar that we tried to kill is not dead.
we knew that he escaped.
And he has been using the guy who was the head of the mountain as like a chew toy or whatever you want to call it. Also, there's this Ernak guy that when we brought him up, she couldn't get any read on him. He was the tentacle monster guy that attacked us.
The tentacle monster guy.
Rainy cocks his head at that one.
The dude in charge of the assault on the monastery.
Yeah, he was the
The
shadow
guy
god
who summoned shadow wolves?
Yes.
Where are you getting tentacle monster, Toby?
Did he not attack us? Did you not just tell us that?
He attacked all of you because the more damage you caused on him, the more he grew larger and appendages started to burst out of his body. And
the guy we fought on the plane.
Plane.
you weren't out of the mountain yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but the plateau. Sorry, the plateau. The guy we fight on the plateau.
Yes, that guy.
Oh,
We
yeah.
tried to get some information on him because I got information on the leader and he wasn't doing so good. So I asked about him and she couldn't get much information on him. She got a headache. She saw that thing we can't describe a long time ago. And she told us to leave.
So she didn't like it.
She didn't want to get involved.
Yeah. Also, she said something about it being not the hunter cult or the
Not
god?
being involved with the god
Right.
that they are trying to.
I forget. We have showed the guard in this symbol before, right?
No,
We
Oh.
never take it back. You guys
you've
always
never been
destroy
able
it.
to.
Yeah,
It is
because
just-
I'm pretty sure we've mentioned a symbol that
Yes.
can't
Okay.
be described.
Next time we find
but
the symbol,
that doesn't help anybody.
I'll tell you that, like, Rainy has explicitly tried.
all right. Next time
Rainy
we find the
tried
symbol,
to
next time we
show.
find the symbol, we'll try and bring it back and see if the garden can have any information on it.
It
It also seems like they don't have any
base of operation.
leads really on any of the stuff
Okay.
that we know about, and
Well, that's
they
good.
also
That gives us time.
aren't
They-
aware of the prophecy. But
They-
they are trying to scry on us, so we should
Not
Make
mention
sure of that.
things.
not do the thing where we lead them to the thing that we're looking
Okay.
for to stop them.
Well, luckily, I think our next quest planned is not leading us towards anything.
Also, there's some mention of a small island. I'm assuming it's the island that I was taken to. They're kind of relying on it, not as a base of operation, but it was mentioned as maybe being one. But they've been
That's where
heavily
they're
relying on this island.
Forming.
Yeah, that's where they're reforming at. But we don't know. It's not on any maps, probably.
Well, we can
And-
bring that also to the attention of the guard. I think they might have already been looking for it, but we'll mention it again that might be their main base right now if anyone, gains any information on it,
Mm-hmm.
of its location.
They also want us all to pay. All of us.
That's,
The Avatar does want to murder us.
Yeah,
In any
obviously
way that
they're
he
all
can.
super angry.
Yeah. We have been a thorn in their side for quite a while. We stopped literally the ritual of them summoning their god as a demigod, who could have done a lot more than he can in his current form. So,
Mm-hmm.
that,
But yeah, that was pretty much it.
right. Well, it's good to
After-
know about the prophecy that they're not really any closer to it.
Mhm.
After we talk about all that, I kind of look at the guy who's tied up, and I'm just like, well,
I didn't hear nothing. My nose is bleeding.
Well, I need
That's
to
him.
meet.
No, he's tied up. My
I
nose is
need-
bleeding. Can you
I need
wipe
to
my
meet with
nose?
some I need
No.
to meet with some nobles later in the day. So if we are gonna deal with this guy, we should do it now, or sooner rather.
I'm all down to watch an honorable battle. Honorable parentheses. Toby puts his fingers up.
It would be honorable if he wins. I would. The agreement would be if he wins, we can let him go.
And if he loses, he dies.
Yeah.
Well, so if is it a fight to the death then?
Yes, but we can res our party member who dies. If they die, I don't
Okay.
think so.
Jordan nods.
Yeah, fair enough.
You guys don't want me to fight him, so I don't know which one of you guys want to slaughter him.
I don't. Yeah, that's gonna have to be on
He
you,
couldn't fight any
audience.
zombies, so what makes it a fair fight going against you two? Look at you guys.
Good fight, zombies.
Up
Also,
to you guys.
Raimi's getting a little grossed out by all the blood, so very briefly he just pulls out his decanter of endless water, aims it at the
Just
cultist,
sprays it at him.
and says, "Guys,
You know what? To be fair, what if we leave it up? What if we leave it up to him? What if we
Who he
leave
wants
it up
to
to
fight?
him who he wants to fight? Yeah,
Okay.
that gives
I
him
mean,
more
he
of a
can't really
sporting
see at the
chance.
moment.
Well, we can. Yeah.
cuts to Raimi. It's like, guys.
All right, I'll go up to the guy. I'll be like,
Remember, he's just PK firing him with the water.
Yeah.
I'll be like, all right, we're gonna give you a chance to set yourself free. If you could beat one of us in honorable combat, if you could beat one of us besides Toby, I'll point to
How does
in
how does
honorable
he fight?
combat.
Yeah.
then we'll release you. But you get to choose who you want to fight.
I'm standing in the background like, me, pick me.
I just said besides you.
I don't care. He can still pick me.
He's looking at you with one eyes closed, still very swollen, and from all the water you just took.
It's either me. I'll point to people you can pick. You can pick me, Fisher, Remy, or Jorg.
So, can I choose where we'll fight?
No.
It will be in the woods,
Good.
outside of the city.
I take you, and he points toward you, audience.
You'll take me? Okay.
Oh, this is going to be so fast. I won't be able to enjoy this. All right.
Okay.
You should enjoy.
Alright.
And where are the others gonna be?
Watching.
They're gonna be make sure you can't run away and escape, so they're gonna be making a ring around us.
Can I record?
If you try and escape, you do lose the right to fight an honorable duel, and everyone will attack you and kill you on the spot.
Please run. Sorry. I really hate these people. Good, evil, bad. I'm not fighting a bad guy.
Alright, well, you have 2/3 of a day to get to the nearest actual forest.
Okay, we won't make it all the way to the forest. We'll just go far enough outside
Yeah.
of the city that it won't disturb anyone.
What if we just do it in town and say, like, he's the one that escaped?
The law might have some problems with us taking the law into our own hands and just being
Well,
like,
what
yeah,
about-
we're just fighting a duel
Is
here.
there, we could go into the sewer system. We've been in there before.
I'm not fighting it. We're not going into the sewer system. We're just gonna go outside the city to a
I'm just
field.
throwing out ideas, okay?
We're just gonna go into a field.
Okay.
No, I'm good. I'm good with the sewers.
No, we're gonna go into a field where we can see for a long way around.
But you said this was gonna be a forest.
Yeah, well, it's not now. The forest is too far away.
So how can I know you're not lying about the duel also?
I mean, you can't, but you don't got a lot of options. I mean, I could just kill you now. You're kind of
It's
tied
either
up in front of
believe
me.
us,
You're
or
not.
I
You don't.
can kill you.
I'm giving you a chance for an honorable duel. This isn't like I'm following your commands or orders. You kind of get what you get here.
you have no wiggle room here.
Yeah. I will allow you, now that you know it's a field, to change who you want to fight.
It's too bad he's not there. You just had an idea, but it was with George.
can fight George. We can just simulate it. George. Oh no, wait, no. Actually, we can't have him fight George. George is the only person that can res. Can res.
Yeah.
We can't actually have him fight George.
Damn, his options are growing shorter by the minute.
Yeah, his options are heavy Fisher or me.
You know, he was supposed to be in a forest. Now he's going to be in a plain. He can't use Tobiyashi. He can't use Jorg. So
Yeah, it's either die, 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 or have a fair fight.
We're giving him a fair fight.
Hmm.
If he's not strong enough to beat one of us, that's on him.
Can we fight on the water? It's
No.
just half an hour.
I don't want to fight on the water.
How do we fight on the water? Walk on water?
We're just gonna fight in a field in an honorable duel. There's no reason to get weird with it.
God, don't make this weird.
Hey, you're
I-
being so weird right
I mean,
now, bro.
we're fighting on the water. I don't know what kind of weird portals the Hunter Gold has. Maybe they can teleport through water. I'm not giving him these options.
He's starting to look a little
Conversation's taking
distressed. You know, every time he makes a suggestion, you say no, and every time he has an idea and look towards someone, you say no, you can't fight him.
I'm bringing out a
I'm
knife.
giving him a choice.
This conversation's taking too long.
Yeah.
Are you, audience?
Yes. Yes, I am.
It
I walk
sounds
up-
like you're coaching him towards a choice.
Yeah, you're railroading him. I'm gonna walk up beside audience and I'll be like, all right, this conversation's taking too long. It's either you die now or you die in combat.
I mean, he could win.
What he said.
All right, again, last question. Who do you want to fight? And then we're gonna go do this. Me, Remy, Fisher.
This is your last chance to choose.
I will say I'm meeting with nobles later, and I'd like to not get too much blood on me. So maybe if you want to choose one or the other,
He's even saying like, okay, someone else is out of the question now.
it would be
Audience,
considerate
what
of
the
you.
fuck is
It's
wrong
either
with you?
Fisher or Remy, or I kill you now.
I changed my vote. I want to turn him into the guards.
No, your vote is no.
You already voted. This is now Fisher's out of the question, so it's only Remy.
Oh, jeez.
No, he can still pick me. I just said I prefer if he didn't.
Can I pick your cat?
My cat will be part of the combat if you fight me.
No, just the cat.
No. You can't even see my cat. My cat's not even summoned. He doesn't even know I have a cat.
It was summoned.
Oh, it was summoned. It got de-summoned. I'm like, no, you can't just fight the cat.
I whisper in audience's ear. I'm like, yeah, but if he tries to run away after killing the cat could just come back, right? Like we don't have to revive him.
All right, I'll give you 5 more seconds to pick, or you're just fighting me. 5, 4, 3,
Pick someone.
2,
Hurry,
1.
come on.
Okay, you're just fighting me.
Why?
All right, let's go.
Why should they say anything? He's because they're going to take it back to himself.
All right, let's
Okay.
go. I'll turn to the rest of my cultists. If anyone wants to come see me defeat more evil, they're welcome to come watch.
They're not part of their group. That's not correct.
Again, you have no rights in this demand. I don't respect opinions.
We're done
A
hearing.
gentle erosion of his rights.
Don't hear it.
Well, he follows you. Or rather, you drag him because no one
I don't think
untied
this is
him.
honorable anymore. I don't think this is honorable anymore.
It's honorable. He has a fair chance to beat me.
Does he though?
I mean, yes. No one else is gonna join in.
Two of them couldn't kill Tobiyashi in 2 rounds.
That's what I'm saying.
Just because he's weak doesn't mean it's unfair.
Careful, audience. You're going to detect yourself next time you detect evil.
That's what I'm saying. I'm actually trying to give him an honorable fight here. I like to give a kicking chance.
Oh, Remy, almost like a torch just lights up above Raimi's head.
Torch.
And he's just going to like gently inside the ropes that the guy is tied in, just like put a dagger in there, and then give audience a talons up.
Why are we giving him a dagger?
He needs a weapon.
Points at
Oh.
Tobayashi.
No, he can choose his weapon. Besides something that we can give him a better weapon. I will
Points at
say,
me?
yeah,
What?
yeah, he can
What kind
have
of here?
you can have if you want, like, out of the basic weapons that we have. If he wants an axe or something, I don't know. He's a barbarian. He's welcome to have one.
Does any of you actually have an axe?
I don't know.
I used to.
Oh, you gave him that. Okay.
We're not giving him a fake dagger. Jesus Christ.
Give him the fake dagger. Why? He doesn't know the
Okay,
difference.
no. Audience morals does not. No.
Like you have any morable thoughts. I can't believe you.
We're not giving him a fake dagger. All right. Anyway, we're gonna take him. Any. I don't know how many people from my church come along.
They
but
all come.
Oh, they all come. Okay. Cool.
They all go.
Just hopefully the guards ignore us walking out with the member of the cult and then not coming back without them. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Well, we're just gonna say this like this. They're all about as smart as you are. So when you
Got
do
'em.
meet a guard, what are y'all doing? We're gonna go see a public execution outside of the city.
What they meant is a duel.
Yeah, we're gonna go have an honorable duel. Which I don't think is not legal within the city, but should be allowed
Yeah,
outside
that
of
is.
the city limits, which is why we're going out there to respect your laws and customs.
You see the
Like
guard looking
everything's
at.
legal in New Jersey.
You see the guard. He looks at himself. He looks at all of you.
You want to watch?
No, he doesn't.
No, that's good. Didn't see anyone pass.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Oh my.
What? Someone's talking?
All right, let's.
I'm not with them. What?
We'll all continue on into the field outside of the city.
Oh, it's a lone guard against 30 people. What do you think he's gonna do?
He's like, listen, they're not doing it inside the city. It's not my problem.
So we're fast forwarding this because we know audience is good. No, just like I'm kidding.
This guy has
Well-
a chance. I can roll in that once.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, for this very public execution, Raimi's just going to like set up his little truffle stand off to the side.
My God, why are we making a festival of this?
Quickly make a sign out of silk that says Remy's Truffle Shop.
We suddenly are turning this man's death into a spectacle.
It's the
This
Coliseum.
kind of actually fits.
People
This
need a
actually kind
snack
of.
while they're watching the show.
This kind of fits the dragon religion, actually.
People need a snack. Who doesn't go to a baseball game and get a hot dog?
I mean, Toby's
I
doing
feel
it for
like-
the moon.
I feel like
This is very
Fisher.
on brand.
Fisher is just sitting there, like
Fisher's
I'm already sus of
extremely
this.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, Fisher's like I was already sus
Fisher,
of this
you-
religion, and this isn't
you,
helping.
like- You kind of talked him out of his suspicions, and then he's immediately back to him. He's like, "Those were some good points. She totally could have been lying." And okay,
He gets hit
So,
by
yeah,
all of
what I do
that.
is just a white cloth with pink writing on it.
Audience is a little too quick to want to cover up anything that this guy might know.
Actually,
Yeah.
I think I like to imagine that Fisher actually has like a cork board like inside of his body that he just like that does have like the pictures and like the red string connecting and everything.
He's just
He
like-
originally unhooked it,
yeah.
but then as all of this was being set up, he just like slowly pulled the cork board back up and retied the string.
Well, you
Well,
know,
Jorg already thinks I wished Avery was here because he'd probably be like,
So Remy, you want me to put the prices on this sign, or we can make like another price sign?
all right,
uh,
all right, I'll take him out to the field. I'll say, all right, everyone, make a ring, have your weapons out. If he tries to run, you're welcome to try and kill him. Don't help me though. Besides that, in the duel.
An honorable duel becomes an angry mob. Got it.
What weapon would you like? I'll say turning to the barbarian.
A big two-handed one.
A two-handed one?
Yeah.
An axe?
Well, axe are good, but I don't think you have any.
I'll look at any of my followers. Does anyone have a big axe?
Most of them are villagers.
They might have an axe.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll hand
Give
him
him
my
it.
sword.
Is your sword a +2?
Yeah, it's a +2 great sword.
He has more of a chance now. Don't.
All right.
No,
It's fine.
Honorable duel of my ass. He doesn't get as good a sword as you do.
Nah, fine. He can have a good sword.
the sword makes the man. We got to remember that.
All right.
All right, so.
Say, are you ready?
Jeez.
I'm helping Remy advertise.
A duel against a. All right, so do you at least untie him?
Yes, we untie
Yes.
him.
I'll take off my silks and stuff like that.
Just leaves him tied up and go.
Like a pinata.
And go. Now we'll untie him. Once everyone has made a ring.
Everyone forms a large ring. Remy receives. Well, how do you let people know that there are different types of truffles?
My sign. I put the regular truffle, and then I just
Okay,
need to know
okay,
the
okay.
prices. I need to know the prices from Remy.
Well, most of them are villagers, so you get.
But it's like he gives, like, to simplify it, Raimi gives the exact same deal that he gave like 1,500 years ago, just like 2 for copper quality.
So
I put it-
silver
you
for
get
silver quality,
Fine.
you get a total of 36 copper and 10 silver.
and everybody is munching on truffles.
While they're looking at this.
Audience's religion. Munch on chocolates while you watch your leader beat up and kill cultists. What could be better?
Oh goodness! One day we're gonna have to leave the box on an altar in Audience's church. The people can just give a donation. Okay, so you see people munching on chocolate truffles, and then finally, I guess you also healed him. So Jorg heals the poor guy completely. Suddenly his eyes starts opening up again, and no, he can open his mouth properly.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going at this as a duel or as a fight?
Duel.
Duel. Which means you want to have your temporary hit points every round, is that
Use
it?
your shield.
Yes, it
Fair
does.
fight my
That's
ass.
horrible.
The
I've
barbarian.
allowed the equipment
to
I've
fight
gained through
me.
adventuring.
No. This is the twist, though. That's when the barbarian pulls out their deck of 40 cards.
Yeah.
Pulls out the dual disc.
I think we
Time
did
to
search and
duel.
he had no items on him. So.
I mean, I didn't take any items from him.
Okay, so initial initiative. Let's go.
But I will gain my 10
So
temporary hit points. Okay. My dice are rolling so slowly.
I start playing my pan flute for epic battle music.
This is the. Why is everything rolling in slow motion?
Do you not have your hardware acceleration on?
It doesn't want to. All right, I got 11. That was very slow.
So just because you have a duel. I mean, we can always have that one, but I'm not sure it's that appropriate.
Yeah, play that one. Play that one.
Well, you didn't play that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm playing in the pan
He's
flute.
not that weak. He'll probably get some damage in on me.
Oh,
He's a
jeez.
barbarian, yeah.
No, play that one.
Oh, goodness. All right,
Probably
so
get some damage.
Your initiative is. I didn't hear it.
Perfect.
11.
11.
He's got 10, so you go first.
Oh, alright. Alright, we'll start off by activating my shield, so he has to make a DC 15 wisdom save or becomes charmed.
Oh, that's so fucked up.
Incapacitate him and just be there.
Yeah.
This is worse than him still being tied up.
He rolls a 4.
Alright, well, he's incapacitated, so that's gonna give me advantage on my attacks. Alright.
You know what, Fisher? This just proves more to our point.
That.
Oh no, not damage. Sorry.
Oh, the
Okay, I need to reload this. I don't know why my internet's being so slow. Okay, let's try this again.
Because they're trying to tell you need to use real dice.
Probably are.
Hardwell acceleration might be
It's
turned
still-
off.
It's still being. In what?
It's in your browser settings in advanced.
Oh, here, I'll see if I can fix that. I don't know what this. Because I can't. Every time.
What are you using? Chrome?
Yeah, I took it. It's in settings.
So yeah, press settings and your 3 little dots up at the right, and then go
Yeah.
to advanced.
Import or system. Use hardware
No,
acceleration.
yeah. Use hardware acceleration should be on.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this tutorial of how to activate accelerated
this tutorial
hardware
is
is brought to you by
Toby.
90s style music.
Alright, I did get the roll before it did. It was a 15 to hit on my first. Oh no, wait, it was with advantage. I have to roll again. Sorry. It was a 21 to hit.
I think that's enough.
Alright, I want to get this over quickly. I'm gonna just use a level 2 smite. That's gonna be.
I'm already walking back to the city. Hey Fisher, want to join me?
15,
Gotta wait for my sword.
16. That's 20. That's 29 damage. And I don't believe he's raging yet, so that should be okay.
So, and you use a divine smite, is that it?
Yeah, it's 29 damage.
Alright, well, he is injured and he is already bleeding.
Alright, I will hit him again. Yeah, could be a 22 to hit.
Oh yeah, that's enough.
I'll use another level 2 defense smite.
This fight is brought to you by the dragon. Fair fights.
10 and 14. That's 24 damage. Second hand.
Well, that second slash also, his body is covered in blood and he is bleeding with the 2 slashed forms of V on his body, both coming from his shoulder. He's barely holding on while he's
All right.
staring blankly in your in your.
It's his turn. He can roll to see if he beats my charm.
15.
That will beat it. He does get to attack me.
It sort of. He looks at you. Looks at everyone around him. Oh, damn it.
Come on, do it! Attack him!
Why is Toby rooting for the cultist?
You don't know where in the crowd that came from.
Toby,
I don't know, I think that's equivalent of saying jump.
Audience,
Yeah.
you're still wearing your fancy clothes, or are you back to
No,
bare chest?
I went shirtless for this fight.
Oh, damn. You would
I
have.
didn't want to get blood on my clothes for later.
I know what Draken wanted to do.
But it's the only thing he can do. He's nearly dead. Ah, damn it. Yeah.
I gotta go talk to nobles later. I didn't want to get my nice clothes dirty.
Alright, well, you know, I was gonna use this as a grapple, but apparently I'm gonna use it to hit someone. Natural 20, that's all he gets.
That will not hit.
Natural
Wait, nat 20?
Yes.
Wait, natural or unnatural? Wait,
20.
Natural.
He crit me? Yes. Well, that obviously hits.
That's why I wanted to know if you were wearing the nice clothes, because it was gonna be a grapple. He was just gonna throw himself on you and rub himself as hard as he could, but you don't have any of the clothes, so.
Oh god. That would have been the worst thing he could have done.
Could have.
You still can.
Like Granny would have
Still go.
interfered in the fight.
Well, no, but now he's audience is shirtless. There's no point in doing this. So. Oh no, that's right. It's not that. It's your two-handed sword. Two-handed
Hey,
sword is
Draken, Draken,
Yes.
Draken, you hit audience. You did it.
I've hit you before. You've almost been dead before.
I know. I'm okay taking this nat 20 out of a lot of nat 20s.
All right, so this means it's.
He attunes to Fisher's weapon and ice comes out of nowhere. It's fine.
All right, so you weren't wearing your clothes, so he would have raged, and which means it's
A ghost attack?
So it's.
Unfortunately, I don't think the rage is going to do too much for him
No.
at this point.
But he still does a grand total of 27 points of slashing damage,
There you go.
Nice.
and he just rushed toward you.
That'll hurt. The audience will kind of give him a nod of respect, like, good hit, good hit.
And that's everything he can do. He's not high level to have. He's not high level enough to have 2 attacks. That's why I gave Tobiyashi 2 enemies, because they weren't as high level as the others.
It was, it was a good attack. It was a respectable attack. Very respectable.
All right. Well, apparently it's initiative.
Yep.
So he heals all that back.
That's a 19.
And that's a 14. No,
All right.
16.
I will go first. Does he get charmed? Shows
I yell in the crowd. I'm like, finish it now!
It's a 9. So he just goes back to.
Audience then will, seeing that he was incapacitated and knowing that probably one more hit will probably kill him.
He
What
rolls
kind of
2 natural
raise-
ones.
We'll kind of raise his sword into the odds and see what happens when evil defies the might of the dragon, for they become awed by its brilliance. Because he looks incapacitated, and then he'll swing his sword. Give a little show for them, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, chaotic good can do stuff for the greater good. Doesn't matter.
That's a 16 to hit on the first attack.
That's enough.
Alright. You know, just because we're doing a big show, I'll finish it with another Divine Smite.
Okay.
I'll roll. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna matter, but I'll roll.
Most likely
Oh.
not.
But I will roll. Nine.
That's why I like this music. It just sticks in your head.
That's
I
it was
like
one of
this
my
fight
lower
music.
damage rolls. It's only a 13.
Oh, wow. So, how exactly do you want to execute him very publicly?
I'll just behead him so his lifeless eyes can stare. I'll just behead him. You know, do the classic execution. So we had him while he stands there, so his body slowly folds.
I wish I had a victory music to play.
So
Also, by beheading him, I'm pretty sure they can't. By beheading him, I'm pretty sure they can't re-res him easily. So, that's enough.
So what I do is I'm like we do have to bury this man, guys. I'm not talking to the group. I'm talking to Sam's cultist.
Perfectly put.
So I need you guys' help burying him.
Come
on.
You hear
It's a fair
someone.
fight.
You just hear someone say, "Yeah, sure. You're getting all the fun, and we get the dirty work."
Obviously, you guys are working for audience. Come on.
You're not helping audience now.
I throw someone a shovel and I'm just like, well, we're gonna put on the stone. Here lies the man that the dragon has defeated. So, help me.
Well,
Audience is gonna quickly heal himself. How much was that? Just
27 points of
well, no,
slashing
because
damage.
but I didn't actually take 27.
Want me to
No,
do a
you took
persuasion
17
check?
because you're 10 points of.
I'll do a persuasion check for help.
I'll just heal that up real quick.
Help me, guys. Come on.
Fisher, can I borrow your rag?
Fine. That's a natural 2. No.
No. Fisher gonna be passive aggressive.
Yeah. So Fisher looks at audience with anger in his eyes. Tobiyashi just says, "All right, people, you shovel." And then you hear someone that, "No, you shovel," and pushes the shovel back in your hand.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not shoveling. I go over to the audience and throw the shovel at his feet. I'm like, this is your cult. I mean, your religion. Sorry.
Odds is fine. Odds will bury him. He killed him. He'll bury him. That's the soldiers.
Yeah, it's honorable.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Maybe we'll use the gentle setting of his decanter of endless water to bathe audience.
Odds will stand there gleaming brilliantly in the sun. Blood washes from his body.
I pick up the sword before they bury him and I hand it to Fisher.
Oh no, it's even better. Remy points the endless decanter upward, so the water falls in a
like
shower
cascades.
around the audience as he's shoveling the ground, so you can see his bulging muscles. And sort of slowly it turns to mud.
Audience won't be giving a sermon as he does it. For though they are evil, when we take a life, we are here to bury it beneath the ground. As the dragon's eyes remain in the sky, we bury our enemies below the earth, where their eyes can no longer look upward.
So Fisher, want to go get a drink? I know you can't drink, but yeah.
From inside of you, Fisher, you hear, and that's what I've been trying to tell you all along. But no, you didn't want to listen to me. Nice friends.
It's okay, guys. You helped me get my army. I don't need you anymore. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think Fisher's gonna head back to the garden.
Respectable.
More traumatized of.
Fisher needs to go talk to Valtteri.
I go to the garden too.
Okay.
To go to the tavern.
I will probably remain with my cultists until I have to go talk to nobles later.
Okay.
Sorry,
Also, I'll
I
mention
need
that,
sorry, my
Raimi, if
religion.
you're
I need to
gonna-
stop calling them cultists.
Raimi, if you're gonna stick with audience, could I borrow your ritual book?
Raimi tilts his head and minor illusions a question mark.
I've been doing some studying, and I'd like to take a look at the spells you have. If you don't need it.
Raimi will reach into his bag and and pull out his little book and hand it to you.
Thanks. I won't ruin it, I promise.
Well, you do notice, Remy,
We'll be,
that Fisher
in the library.
has what looks like a proper spell book now. Spell books are harder to hide.
I am curious, like where exactly does Fisher put it?
It's probably strapped to his backpack.
Okay, so like an extra accessory to like attached to hiking but backpack style.
Yeah. Yeah, like because you know the standard adventuring backpack with the bedroll on the top, he doesn't need that, so it's the book.
It's a
Or
book.
probably on the bottom.
It's a book roll.
That way it's not. Yeah, it's on the bottom of the backpack.
Well, yeah, that is mostly where a lot of people put their books in their backpack. Although it's usually more in the middle. All right.
I leave with Fisher.
Okay, so Tobiyashi goes with Fisher, Remy stays with audience, and
Jorg probably also goes.
Jorg just stays in the forest to do more
I
shrooms.
assume Jorg would not have been happy. I assume Jorg would have also been deeply unhappy about all of this, so he'd probably go with Fisher.
He goes to trip on shrooms in the forest.
Yeah. No, I think he's probably coming back to the
Garden, yeah,
Garden.
with Fisher, who is the only one who actually was against this public execution, so his only ally in this.
I was gonna say,
I
George
mean-
probably, as they would walk back together, would probably be like talking about, so should we be trying to destroy audience religion? That's probably what George would honestly say.
Hey, I agree with everything they're saying if they're talking about that. I just have no remorse for the Hunter cult. So
I mean, yeah, I understand that drive. Believe me, I do.
George probably saying
But-
something like, so how are you going to handle dismantling audiences cult?
well, I mean, there's not much we could do. Well, I can't do personally myself. I mean, I've been thinking about this for a very long time. Ever since I came back, actually, hearing that he's trying to build an army was kind of, a little alarming in my head.
You sure?
Talking to the dragon and everything was a little bit much too, but I went along with it. I think he's might be doing good, but who knows? From the information we got earlier today, I think we should talk more about it at the garden where we're safe.
Yeah.
Fisher, from inside of you, you hear. And I never thought I'd hear someone say that the garden is the safer place. Especially not him.
I've only been exploded in there. What else can happen?
Well, you broke your hand, you were exploded.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the two
You're
worst
stabbed
things that can
repeatedly.
happen to a person.
You
He's
were-
done. He's good.
You were x-rayed. You essentially got roofied. You.
I've done it all. I've done it all in the garden. Don't worry.
Not to mention public humiliation.
Yeah, I didn't die. So,
You wish you were, but you didn't.
yeah.
Well, that's the beauty of public humiliation, is that you wish you were dead.
At this point, Toby's been tortured, blown up, humiliated, almost all of the above.
Severely infatuated with Remy for an evening.
Yeah. There's not much more that could. Well, maybe. So at least I don't die.
Are you sure you want to finish that sentence?
Yeah, that's why I didn't finish it. At least I didn't die. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Sudden love triangle.
Sudden love triangle initiated. You've activated my trap card.
Damn, that's been a while since I heard that. Okay, so you make your way back to the garden, and of course, the moment you arrive, you're greeted by gnomes. Who wants to know who recorded the entire event?
Oh,
Remy did. He's not back yet.
yeah.
Oh,
Hey, I have a question for you, gnomes. Do you know where an orb is?
you're gonna have to be more precise.
Not any orbs that you got when coming here. An orb that you guys have been throwing around, through a bunch of stuff. It's not anybody's orb. It's just an orb.
You're gonna have to
orb.
be more precise.
Hmm. Hmm. I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. So, I don't know what to ask to anyone right now. So
Fisher is trying not to think about audience's disturbing turn while burying his head in trying to figure out whatever weird way Raimi writes down spells.
you don't
I have 3 days, so
you don't know why. You look at this spell book
Unless it's
and
just literally like a perfect copy of what like the textbook version of a spell would be.
nearly. It's just this odd match of I don't know, as if someone wanted to write down a spell using newspaper clipping, but it's entire sentences instead of just one word. You know, there's one sentence that it's a very specific handwriting, and then the second one it's a completely different handwriting, and the last one these annotations. They're you think they're dwarvish, then followed by elven annotations. Those two types of magic don't mix usually.
well, Fisher, Jorg, I have to go send a letter. I'll see you guys later.
Oh goodness. Are you gonna try and use a postal service with the garden gnomes?
Is there not a postal service in the garden?
I'm sure if you ask them, they'll make one for you.
I think it's just teleport to the nearest city and hand it to the post.
Oh my god. They're so advanced and they don't have a postal service around here. I can't believe it.
I mean, like, again, it depends on the
they won't
kind of
show us
postal
that.
service you want.
Exactly.
It's like,
You know, they all seem to have orbs. It's like Star
Yeah.
Trek. They all have communicators. Why do they need postal service?
look, they can get a letter to your friend, but it might take between 78 and 96 squirrel business days.
Yeah.
So it really
Okay,
depends
I'll
on
set
what you
another
want to do.
I have 3 days until my items are ready. I'll just hang around, maybe go to the nearest city, send a post mail
Well-
to my monastery.
Well, from where you are, the nearest cities are every capital city on the island chain.
Go. I won't go to Otanel. What's another one?
Well, Sutian is the first one that you actually saw. There's Toltoran, where audience is wanted. There's Carrot Mer, where audience is not wanted.
I'll go to Sutien.
Okay.
I go there. I just write a note, have it sent. the first letter that I've written back to my monastery since I've left. But it's right. Everything's going good. I was captured for a little while. My friends got me back. I'm trying to figure out if you guys have seen if you guys have seen the Silken Master in a while. I need to get some information to him. If you guys could help me out. And that's pretty much all I said.
And where exactly are they supposed to send the answer?
Dogmaw Monastery?
No, when they answer, you ask them a question. Where are they supposed to send it?
Send it back to sender. No. Send it to Sutien. That's where you said I'm at.
Yeah.
Yeah, send it back here, and I'll make sure to get it when I come back from this next mission I'm going on.
Okay. Well, the person there just looks at you.
Well, actually, I asked the person. I'm like, how long do you think it would How long do you think it will take for you to get this message to them?
You have a human in front of you. Let's see. There's a boat leaving in 2 days. You can expect an answer, depending on how fast they write back, in 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay, that's fine. I'll make sure to come back in maybe a little bit after, if you guys could hold my mail for me.
We can hold mail up to 1 year.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
After that, though, we just discard them.
All right, sounds all right. I'll make sure to be back in before 1 year.
Okay.
Nice try. Time Knights.
Time Knights.
He comes back 1,500 years in the future.
Yeah, if not, if a year comes, because sometimes I go through some crazy stuff, just send it to the next town.
The next town?
Yeah, if it takes longer than, because I perceive that every town can hold it up for a year. So if I'm gone for a year, send it to the next town, and then have that town send it to the next town.
So how much money are you willing to pay for this?
We'll see if I take more than a year.
No, I mean, I would like to have the money before we send it, not after someone receives it.
Okay. I should be back more than 2 weeks, maybe 3 or 4. How much would that cost?
That's so insane.
Well, for every village you want to send this to, we're gonna ask for 3 coppers. If it needs to go by boat,
So how much altogether? If it was to transfer to 3 cities?
So right now, it's 3 copper to send it, but since you are going to have to take 2 boats to get there, we had 2 coppers per boat. So it's 7 coppers just to reach your monastery. Then your monastery is going to send back a reply, and hopefully they're going to pay for this. But if you want us to take care of this, it's going to be an additional 2 coppers for every resend that you want to add.
Okay.
Unless you want your monastery to pay for this, then you should.
Just for so I'll just have it just for the year and the sending.
Okay.
So what is that like? You know what? I'm just gonna give him a gold piece. Hold on to this.
Oh, okay. Well, okay then.
If I'm not back before the time I said, do whatever you want with it. And then I'll go back to the garden and chill out for like 3 days.
Oh, okay.
Meditate, train, I don't think I have anything I want made at the moment.
You mean you
I
don't
have
want to take a
money,
quest?
so- No, I would if I could, but I don't think I could do it by myself. Unless there's some quest I could do by myself.
Are you sure you want to challenge me with this?
Go be your level 7 adventure. There are plenty of quests you can do by yourself.
Actually, I don't
Right,
know how long we're gonna
careful.
be here. I might want to go check out. Go back to what's his name. Second.
We've got a few days before we need to head out.
Yeah, well, I have 3 until my stuff's done. I was thinking that we were gonna leave after that.
They did ask for a
Morales?
few days to prepare properly. So.
Oh, not that. That's Remy. Sorry. I'm looking at allies. The temple where we sent the guy that we revived. That I revived. I want to go check him out. If I have time for that.
Oh. Is it on the map?
It should be. You said it was on like a mountainside or something like that.
Well, yeah, that's because it's always very pretty to put them on mountainsides. No, I don't think I've noted it on the map.
Right, I have it in here. I just have to find it. I'll message it to you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on the northern side of the island, but I didn't write down on the map that there is a temple there. If it's on the northern side of the island, yeah, you can probably manage to get there and come back within 3 days.
Okay. That's what I want to go do. I want to go check on my friend that we revived.
All right.
What have you been up to?
Just to let you know, you are going to arrive at a road crossing if you want to go in the mountain. Just in case you want to
I'll check it out.
visit Ganbu again.
Yeah. Check it out. I'll ask Fisher and Jorg if they want to join me. If not, it's fine.
Well, I can't speak for
I'm
Fisher,
busy.
but Jorg.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. I'll ask them next episode.
No, I mean I can't speak for Fisher because he's there right now.
Yeah, well, I'll ask Fisher first then. Fisher, do you want to join me to check out the guy we revived?
I'm busy.
All right, no problem. I'll ask Jorg when he gets back.
Okay.
Message him.
I'm busy.
I'm busy. Fine.
Oh, goodness. All right, and just so that we have a fair amount of information, audience and Remy, what are you doing for the next...
I still have to meet with the nobles.
Yes,
I still
okay.
have some stuff I have to do. I have to meet with the nobles, and I'm probably going to be doing mostly stuff with my religion for the next 3 days, making sure the groundwork's there for when I leave, that
Okay.
my high priestess can take over and keep expanding it. So when I, get back, we've taken over the world.
All right. We're not gonna do all of the conversation with the nobles today, but I am going to fast forward this to the end of this day, and well, unless Remy wants to do something during the day.
I want to check on my spider. But that's after the 3 days. That's after the 3 days. We'll give them time.
Priorities.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, Remy.
So Remy, is there anything you'd like to do during the day, during the next 2 days?
Honestly, I think now that Raimi has a bit of the breathing room to experiment with it, like he is going to be following around audience if for no other reason than well, I refer you to last night, but I think like while he's doing that though, he might try to pick up like a few things in his off time, like like shopping in the garden. But otherwise, I think he's actually going to finally take the time to fuddle around with the puzzle box.
Oh, all right.
I had not forgotten about it. Just understand that there has been literally no time to devote to it.
That's all right. Okay. So you are going to be playing with the puzzle box. I'm going to have to write down the information. Okay. So in that case, we really do fast forward this to the end of the day. The evening where audience, you receive a missive to join your sponsor in the Skydock.
All right, and that's where I will head.
All right.
I'll put on my nice clothes again.
I'm so disappointed you didn't have your nice clothes when you did the fight. And the guy got a natural 20.
Just big sigh. Ugh, I gotta put a shirt on now.
The audience was definitely not going to do that duel in his nice clothes. He assumed that there was going to be blood, and he did not want to get his nice clothes dirty.
But it would have been so perfect.
To a certain degree, I kind of wish that you had nice clothes that were like clothes of mending, so that you could kind of like Jorgen von Strangle it, where it's just like ripple your muscles a bit, it breaks apart, but then it all just stitches back together.
Yeah.
I mean, if Remy wants to work on purchasing that for audience, he's going to say no to it.
A really tight shirt that repairs itself when you tear
If
it.
that's something Remy wants to see, audience would say no to it.
I'm sure the gnomes will have no problem creating this for you.
You know what? That's going on the shopping list.
Oh, goodness. Audience is going to be wearing that while he's traveling the world. Oh, that's nice. All right, I'm gonna look at how long it's gonna take to do this, and there is a chance that it might be ready before you leave. Oh, goodness. All right, so tonight's episode closes as audience is reaching the Skydocks, where he's being greeted by someone who simply asked him to follow him to one of those flying ship. Flying ship looks actually very nice, very well kept. You get the feeling that it's part of a caravan, because there are several ships that look similar to this one around it. And the camera is nearly completely faded out, but we get a glimpse of a few people that are waiting for your arrival on the docks. And just as you peer over the railing and look at inside of the ship you're about to enter, you see a few dwarves, you see a lot of humans, and you see a small delegation of Dragonborn. Two of them seems to be Kodown and his sister.
Oh, good. I meant to talk with her again.
And the camera fades as audience looks at this. Interesting. And Remy thinks about this shirt that's gonna auto tear itself and repair itself.
Although briefly gets distracted by that thought, it's just like, oh, more Dragonborn.
It's I don't even mind it so much. It still doesn't beat the underwear of sending that one player once asked me for. So, I'm good. Every time he wanted to send a message, he just had to look at his underwear. Ah, goodness.
For the same underwear for so many sessions.
Well, that's the thing also. Whenever he talks to his underwear, you know that he's wearing the same one every time.
anyone else remember that? I don't remember if it was a tweet or just like a message, but like when J.K. Rowling just said canonically that wizards were just like shitting in their clothes.
I do not remember that.
I do not remember this. This was not part of my
What?
Harry Potter
I don't want to
childhood.
remember that. Canonically,
There was a
everyone has to
period
shit.
of time where
Well,
Rowling
Which
decided
it
to
didn't make
unleash
sense
the.
either because obviously there are bathrooms and people use them, so
no,
Yeah.
really,
absolutely.
she didn't have to do that.
She's one of the rare.
No, there's only a prefect bathroom. Nobody else gets the bathroom.
They all have self-cleaning underwear. The poop just disappears as it leaves their behind, and it reappears somewhere else.
Just an island of poop somewhere.
So I think this is a very good indication of it is time for tonight's episode to end. Let's see. I did promise that I was doing the campfire for the end of the episode. There we go. And as we finish this episode where audience is going to talk to nobility, Remy is thinking about a self-mending shirt that audience is going to keep ripping and ripping and ripping. And well, that's about it,
I'll go monastery.
Oh, yeah. Tobiyashi is planning to go at a monastery. I don't know what Jorg wants to do. I think he'd want to stay with Fisher because he seems to be the only
Probably.
sane one in the group. But
Pardon?
He probably
He's
either.
sane.
My
He's
guess is
just
he'd
very
probably
enthusiastic about a
Either
particular
probably go with
individual.
Toby or Fisher, but we can ask Avery when he comes back.
Okay, we're gonna highlight him the best moment of tonight's episode, those that he really should watch, and decide what's gonna happen with this.
We'll just title this episode "Jorg Was Right," and then
It's near ironic that he's the only one who's not there.
That's what makes it funny.
Alright, so here we go. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for, well, hopefully enjoying the show and wanting to be there next week for the continuation of this weird way that everything is going about. I think this is why we need quests a lot of the time. Audience feels better when there's quest. When he's not in a quest, everything seems to just go downhill.
I think it's more like more good things happen when he's on a quest.
Enough to offset the
For
weight
him.
of the bad things.
you don't want to give audience too much downtime because then he starts doing too much with his religion, and things become a little dark.
Oh, you know what? That's what they mean when they say that idle hands are the devil's playthings.
Yeah.
Yeah. His party starts to learn more about him. I think that's the problem.
Alright, so as I was saying, thank you for being here. We hope you'll be there next Wednesday or Friday if you watch. If you are watching this on the rebroadcast. As always, if you're on the rebroadcast, we are planning to raid someone, so stay close. Stay tuned. We might be raiding Dungeons and Dragons. We might be raiding Tobiyashi. Who knows? And as always, if you enjoyed the show, you can support the stream by following us on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. You can support the stream by making a donation, becoming a Patreon, subscribing on Twitch, or if you can't do any of those, simply spreading the word about this, hopefully, wonderful channel. And this can help a lot. And that's it. That's everything we had to say. So, thank you for being here. We hope we'll see you next week. And as always, stay safe and stay healthy. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.